Hello. Hello. This is Tammy G. I am here this morning to do just a very gentle balance and flow. Again, as the description mentions, this is just a simple, very gentle. We don't go to the floor. Everything is done standing. And it's intended just to simply improve our range of motion, our balance, our breathing, and some core strength through just a flow of simple exercises from here. So we're just going to begin. We're going to start off with in mountain pose, feet underneath us, the toes are grounded into the floor. We're going to take a gentle breath and we're going to inhale as we reach up overhead. And if you don't go overhead, that's okay. Exhale and bring that back and down. Just take it as high as you can. Trying to connect with our breath from here. Let the hands just float down onto the sides. As we take that next inhale, we're just going to go parallel to the floor. We're going to circle that back around to the front. Hug a tree, sink a chi. So we're going to exhale down from here, just nice and easy. Softening through the legs and just a light sinking of the gravity here. Take a nice big inhale back up. And again, we're going to reach up overhead. Looking towards the ceiling if we can. We'll exhale and let the hands just float down on that breath. Nice and easy. That gentle breath will again take us back to parallel. We're going to bring that around to the front again, and we're going to hug that tree. We're going to sink down softly into the legs. It's not huge, just a nice softening with that center of gravity. Release down, nice and strong. Big breath up. And we'll exhale down and again, let those arms float. We'll draw that breath back up again, taking the hands parallel. Coming around here for just a gentle, easy breath. And we're going to sink this down low. So as we're into this position, we're going to shift the hips back. And we're going to take a nice breath and let's go ahead and inhale as we draw the hands back up. Squeeze the glutes. If we can, we're going to look towards the ceiling. Bring those arms slightly behind us if we can. We'll exhale and again, sinking back and down. Finding our balance from here. Big breath as we reach up. And as we come back from here, again, we're setting those hips back and just centering ourselves over the top. It doesn't matter how far down we go. We're going to do one more time after this. And here's our last one. Sinking back from here. And a nice big reach up. So from there, we're just going to let the arms again float down to the sides. Gentle, easy reach. We're going to step those feet apart slightly from here. We're just going to shift our weight side to side. So starting off from here, let's just bring the hands out to the side. We're going to push. So as we sink, we can actually kind of rotate just a little bit towards that back shoulder. And from here, if you're not comfortable with the hands, just leave the hands down, right? We're just shifting side to side a little bit here. Easy breath through there. And back through here. Now, as we shift back onto this leg this time, we're going to shift back. We're going to draw the other leg back in. We're going to lift that toe up, heel up, I should say. We're going to exhale and we're going to sit down, heel toe. We're going to push those hands forward. We're just going to kind of hook and pull this back. Draw that toe back up as we shift that weight back, coming forward from here. Now, this isn't a monster-sized move, right? It's not a big, big step. We're nice and stable and steady on those feet. We're going to do just a couple more from here. Easy push. Hook that back over, draw that back. Take this at your own tempo. It does not need to be on my count at all. Exhale as we shift. Now this time, as we pull back from here, when we move forward into that push, we're going to push low. So we're going to shift down and we're going to push down towards the ground. We're going to inhale, let that float back up, circle back around. Coming back to the side as we pull that toe back up and shift this down nice and low. Easy draw back from here. Connecting again with our breath, letting the body just work in harmony here. This is something that should feel good. We're going to go one more time, pressing down. Easy inhale back up. Now this time as we push, we're going to push high. So not high, but just a little bit bigger here. We're going to float those hands down, circle back and through, coming back across from here. Pushing, circling back and through, sinking into those legs just slightly, but we're staying firm through the midsection. Just kind of getting a gentle rhythm. I'm going to exhale from here. Now this time as we pull the hands back, we're going to bring them to our side. We're going to pull back from here, and we're going to come back to the center. We're going to exhale, coming down low. We're going to cross those hands over. And then as we shift back, we'll bring those arms big. Now, as big as you're comfortable with, we're going to shift this back. We're going to open the heart. And then we're going to exhale as we shift back and cross that back again. Coming down low. Bring those hands up gently as we shift. And again, you'll just take this as far as is comfortable for you. Floating this through, coming down into center here. Big breath up. Opening that heart. And that might just be rolling the shoulders back, right? Exhaling as we come back here and listen to that breath. Big breath in. And then, of course, we're just going to shift positions again. This time, let's reach. Coming high. We'll exhale. We'll pull this back and through. Shifting those hands back and around. And again, that can be a much smaller version of this. This can be something just as simple as coming from here and reaching from here. So you make that what works for you. Coming up high here. Nice long lines. And pulling through. Let's go one more time just for fun. All the way up here. Now, as we pull back this time, we're also going to go ahead and let that leg come back in. We're going to come back to that original stance where we're just going to come side to side. Adjust your feet as you need because we're going to go to the other side. Nice, easy flow here. Take your time with that. And again, that can go side to side. You can rotate gently with that. We're going to go one more time. Now, as we bring the arms back this time, we're also going to draw that leg in. So we're coming back up into that T stance. And we're going to step out heel toe, land that foot, and we're going to push. So just like we did on the other side. We're going to hook that under and just draw this back, shift our weight back. And again, just finding that rhythm with your breath. Pulling through, finding our center so we feel very nice and steady and strong. At least that's our goal, right? Some days are different than others. Some days are much easier than others. Exhale, shifting through here. Beautiful. Then we're just going to adjust that push. So we're going to push low this time. So down towards the floor. We're going to begin that circular motion as we pull back up and through, drawing that toe back up with that. We exhale as we push down. Gentle inhale coming back and through. Good, 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 good. Down through here. Let's go one more time just like this. And then we're just going to shift direction from that push. We're going to take it a little bit higher this time. So it doesn't need to be super high, right? We're just pulling forward here, pushing forward. Exhale as we let that sink down as we shift back through that hip, coming back and up. We'll press from here. And draw back. Nice and easy. We're going to go just one more time, and then again, we're just going to change that up a little bit. Now, if you don't like the bigger movements, just stay with this, right? We're going to draw these hands back to our sides, As we come forward from here, we're going to press down, cross those hands over. As we inhale, we're going to open up, pull those arms all the way around and open the heart. We circle back and through from here, and we're going to press those hands back down. Big reach up. Again, opening that heart. And you make that as big as you're comfortable with. Same thing with the arms, right? That might be a bigger circle than you're okay with. That's fine. Take it wherever you are comfortable with that. Open up from here. And on this time, we're just going to shift our position again, right? We're going to reach high. So as we come from here, we're going to reach higher. Long lines, long length. Inhale as we come back in. We're going to exhale as we reach. Nice big inhale as we draw back from here. Beautiful. Reach long. And again, this is just a gentle rhythm. This is your own rhythm. Finding that pace with the breath. We have one more time. Let's reach this back up. We're going to exhale and we're going to draw that foot back in and let's press back. Side to side. Exhaling as we come from here. Beautiful. Let's just go one more time each side. And then we're going to bring those hands back out to the side. We're going to open those up into center here and just exhale back and down. Now we're going to bring the feet back in from here. So we've been a little side to side as we come through here. We're going to focus on actually taking a step out. I got hair in my face, sorry. And taking a step out to the side and bringing ourselves back in. So our goal is to be able to step out nice and strong and solid, come back in and find our balance as we move that back in. So we're going to start with just the step first. So it doesn't need to be huge, right? We're going to step to the side. We're going to push off that foot and come back in. So again, as we step this foot out, we want to land nice and strong and firm and solid so that the entire foot is on the floor and we don't have a lot of pain through that knee. So we don't want to just push off the toe or land on the toe. Now you can reach out with that, draw this back and in. But our goal is, again, to be nice and strong and solid with each step that we take. We can also make that just a little bit bigger, coming back and through, and a little bigger. Let's go two more here. Reaching long, back to the middle, and reaching along here. And back into the center. So of course we have to go the other way. We're going to do the same exact thing from here. We're going to start off just finding that balance, coming back and in. Nice strong midsection as we come into this. Going from the center. So we're standing tall, right? We don't want to be hunched over. We're standing up nice and tall. We shift out into that leg and come back. Now, if you wish, again, we can reach, right? Draw that back and across and reach. Then I'm going to take the hand overhead, if you wish, make that longer, and back into the middle. Each time, taking that slight pause on each position there to make sure that we are strong and solid, and we're strong and solid here. One more time. Nothing worse than knocking your own self off balance, right? Bringing that back into the middle, and then we're going to bring these hands down. Let's take a reach up all the way from here, and we're going to sink back into that squat again. So let's bring those hands back and down. Sinking back as we inhale, we're going to reach toward the ceiling, maybe just a little behind us, tighten up those glutes and the hamstrings. Sitting back and down, so we shift those hips back. If you want to add a little challenge, see if we can just lift those heels up just a tiny bit as we reach. Exhale as we sink back and down. They don't need to come high. You can also take it just one at a time, right? So maybe we just want to lift one heel as we come back up. Or maybe we just want to stay grounded. Let's go one more time here. Reach up. And of course, exhale back and down, sometimes sooner than you're ready for. Bringing this back to center here. Just reach this back and around. Sink this back down. Now we're going to work just a little bit on targets from here. So a little bit through our leg strength, but knowing where we're coming from here. So we're going to sink down into these legs into just like a partial squat. So I'm not sitting back into a deep, heavy squat. You can if you want, but I'm just actually sinking back down just a bit so that I've got some tension in the standing leg. So this leg is the one that we're going to move. And we're just going to start by tapping to the front, and we're going to bring that back in. Now we're staying sunk down into this leg. We're going to come from here. And if you need something for balance, just make sure that it's close to your body so that you're not having to like reach out for it. Make sure that it's nice and close. We're going to step to the front here, not step, just touch. Sink back to center here. We're going to touch out to the side. And then we're going to bring this back behind us from here. We're going to go one more time, coming to the front. And then we're going to come to the side. And then we're going to touch back. Coming into the middle, we're just going to stay in those legs. We're going to shift our weight to this leg as we step forward. And then we're going to go to the side. Bring that back. So we've kind of got that seat belt on through the center here so that we are strong through our center. From here. Drawn in and up with the belly. And we've got nice tall posture through the torso. We're going to go one more time from here. Coming forward. To the side. And then coming back. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and stand that back up for just a second. Kind of shift that out for a minute. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to alternate sides. So we're going to do a total of 4. We're going to go one here and one here 4 times. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and sink down. We're going to touch to the front and center, side and center, and bring that back. Now we're going to shift and go to the other side. So we're going to come to the front. We're coming out to the side. And then again, we're going to come back. Now our goal, of course, is to stay sunk down into those legs, developing a little bit of strength, a little bit of work in the ankle, definitely in the glutes, right? Come back to center. I can feel that already. Coming to the front from here, out to the side, and coming back. Now we're going to do just 2 more. Coming to the front, out to the side, and bringing this back behind. And of course, I always want to rush through it, right? Coming here, out to the side, and pulling back. Now we have one more time to do here. To the front, back to center, out to the side, and center. All the way back, we should be feeling those glutes. We probably are feeling the abs a little bit as well here because it kind of forces you, if you're trying to keep steady here, to draw in and up with the belly. Now let's relax that in, take that reach up. Say, ah, right? Feels good to stand up. All right, so our next part is just going to work out into the hips a little bit more from here. So as we come through this, you can keep your foot onto the ground, and it may be just as simple as just kind of rotating. So what we're trying to do is rotate the femur up into the hip joint here, just get a little juice in those joints. So as you come from here, you can take it up and you can just lift one heel off the floor. You may just rotate in and out, coming in and out. Now you can stay with that, or you can actually pull this up and around and coming up and around. And if you're comfortable with it, you can bring that foot up off the floor, circle back and through, coming back and crossing the midline and circling back and through. Now, again, if you have something to hang on to, that's always very helpful as well. We're going to do just a couple more here. And through up here. Beautiful. All right, so then we are going to shift back the other direction. We're just going to come the other way. So we're going to come from the outside first and cross the midline from here. So again, you can start with that in and out. And again, that might be where you want to be. Or you can take that back and around, circling up and through, using those abs, the lats, pull that all the way through there and up from there. You can also lift the foot up off the ground and bring that through. It doesn't need to be this big. I just want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing as I come through here. Then pulling that hip up, hiking the hip up, coming back and through. This is going to, again, adjust. You'll feel that all the way through the calf and the ankle on the standing leg as you circle through there. Let's go one more time from here. There we go. Let's set that down. Now we're going to shift back into this hip from here. So this knee is bent. So I'm in a position from here where I've got the knee bent. My rear end is back, but my back is long. So I'm going to shift out into this hip so that I can get an easy stretch all the way through there. If that feels like it was really tight, because sometimes when we're standing on that one leg for a little bit, that gets really tight, just kind of give it a little pat. We're going to go ahead and stand that back up. Let's roll those shoulders back. All right, one more leg, right? All right, so from here, again, we're just going to center ourselves nice and tall, really good posture. The shoulders are back. We're going to go ahead and start by just turning that leg out and crossing the midline. Coming out and crossing the midline. Now, again, you can pull that up from here, but our goal is to do that by working up through the abs and not pushing off that ankle. You also, I should say, not ankle, foot. So we don't want to be pushing off the foot. We're lifting up and around using the abs, using the hip and the lats, all of those surrounding muscles, right? Let's go just a couple more. Through. And then we're going to bring that down. So the same thing from here, bring it out and back and around, and out and back around. So you can pull that through. You can lift the leg up. We come outside first, and then we cross the midline. And it doesn't, again, need to be a monster size move. It can be, but it doesn't need to be. Whatever feels challenging for you today, we just really want to get the fluids in the joint mobile, kind of greasing it up a little bit. One more time here. And then we'll sit that back and down. And we're, again, going to bend this knee, shifting back and let the kind of pushing back towards that opposite hip. Again, if you need to kind of tap it just a little bit, that's perfectly fine as well. I'm going to do that. Long length through the spine from here. Let's go ahead and let's stand this back up. Reach it one more time. And let's exhale and let that float down. So we're going to come into just a nice, easy version from here, the triangle. So we're going to keep this foot facing toward the front. The other foot is going to be facing towards our side wall. Now, this doesn't need to be a huge step apart. If you're pretty fluent in yoga, by all means, make this as big as you want it to be. If this is something that's a little bit unfamiliar to you or you're not sure about your balance, this is a great place to do this. You can also practice this up against a wall. So if you're concerned about your balance on that particular situation, you can do this up against a wall, or you can do this with like a bar, couch, table, something close by you here that you can kind of rest your hands on. So we're going to take a gentle breath from here, drop those shoulders down. We're going to shift this hip that direction, this shoulder this direction. So we're just going to shift it over, keeping the torso nice and long. We'll let this hand come back and down, and we're going to reach toward the ceiling if we can. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you might just lift that shoulder towards the ceiling, or you can reach the hand up. That's totally up to you. Now, you can look toward the ceiling. You can look straight ahead. You can look towards the floor. We don't want to have a lot of tension through the neck as we come into this. We're going to pull this back up, and we're going to very gently going to reverse directions and bring the other arm up. Now, again, that can be something as simple as just keeping the hand on the hip and just pulling that shoulder towards the ceiling, or you can reach it up. Exhaling back and down. We're going to do that one more time. Gentle breath from here. Trying to keep that front leg fairly straight. We're going to shift back as we reach with the opposite shoulder, bringing this hand back up from here, reaching up towards the sky. From here, we're again going to go ahead and let's reverse that. So gentle breath comes back up here. And let's relax this down. Okay, so we're going to take our back arm from here. We're going to shift this. We may need to adjust that foot just a little bit. I need to kind of walk it out a little bit. So I can shift my weight, bending this knee with, and keep my foot flat on the floor. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of tension back behind this knee. So I want to keep that foot flat on the ground. If I'm coming from here and that heel is popping up when I'm onto my toe, I need to kind of crawl my toes a little bit farther forward. If you're finding that you are If it's too far, again, you can also bring that foot back in. It just kind of depends on where you're at there. We want that foot to be solid onto the floor from here. So as we come from here, we're just going to gently reach forward and we're going to draw that arm back. So we bend and straighten the leg and exhale from here. We're trying to keep that torso tall, right? So again, we're focusing here more on just a nice, strong position as we shift with a gentle rotation. It's not big. And let's go one more time here. Now, this time as we come back, we're going to lift the arm overhead and we're just going to stretch across the top from here. And we're going to pull that arm down. So we're looking more towards reaching towards the diagonal versus scrunching down and coming across. So this arm, you can definitely rest on the leg. It's just kind of hanging out, right? Reaching from here. Pull that back towards you. We're going to go one more time. And we're going to hold this time. So we're going to reach nice and long on that diagonal. Again, we can rotate that shoulder so we can look toward the ceiling. Or you can stay looking towards the ground or straight ahead, right? Exhale, let's bring that back into center. We're going to turn this toe back to the front. And we're going to come up for a gentle breath from here. And those toes, we would just want to make sure that the knees are tracking with the toes. This is not something that should hurt. It should actually feel good. Inhale back up. And exhale, relax. And if it doesn't feel good, try and find a position that actually does feel okay for you. Even if it's just a very small piece as you come into here, or if you're sitting on a chair, just a breath up from here. Now you also can do these pieces with the triangle and the side angle shift with a chair underneath you, right? So if you've got something there where you're feeling like, oh, I'm just not quite steady with that, so you can just kind of shift forward and back. So you can use the hand either for balance, either direction as we come into here. We're going to bring this foot towards the side wall from here, the other foot to the front. We're going to inhale as we shift the shoulder forward and the opposite hip back. Lean from here, reach back up. Nice, gentle, easy stretch. And let's take that inhale as we reverse directions from here, all the way back up. And let that come back and down. Good, good. Gentle breath from here, easy, easy breath. Drop those shoulders down. Exhale, and let's shift that over. And again, if we can, just relax down. We're reaching towards the sky. And let's reverse that direction from here. Coming back up. And exhale as we come back and down from here. Now, again, we're going to adjust this foot. So if we need to bring that foot a little farther forward, we're gently just going to start with a shift. So we want to, again, have a nice, strong, solid stance here. Ideally, keeping the shoulders over the hips so that we're not reaching way forward for that at this point. We're going to bring that back out. Now, we're going to take this back arm and we're just going to reach. We're going to take this across. Nice inhale as we come back up with the leg and draw the hand back. Again, just a little bit of a rotation, right? It's not huge. Opening from here. Again, just kind of practicing, training, working with those eyes. You can spot and find your direction first, especially if it makes you dizzy to follow that through. But if it doesn't bother you, obviously you can follow that hand with your eyes and bring this back to center. Now we're going to shift and change this to reaching overhead. So we're going to, again, draw in that long diagonal, pull this arm back down, reaching long from here, and pulling back and down. Nice big reach. And pull. And a big reach from here. Now our next one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hold for just a short pause. So as we exhale from here, let's just reach long, hold in place. And again, we can look towards the ceiling. We can look forward towards the ground, wherever you're comfortable at. We're going to bring this back and down to center. Turn that toe to the front. Let's come for just a gentle plie. Coming up from here. Exhaling again as we sink. And again, if your arms don't come all the way up, that's okay. This is just fine, right? Easy breath. But if you've got the range, go ahead and take it. Exhale down. We're going to go one more time. Big breath up from here. Let those hands come back and down. Step the feet back together from here. Bring the hands back up here. Namaste. We're done. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope that was worth your time. Have a wonderful day.